star factor of having Kevin Costner make you more interested in this one, or how do you decide it is not the other?
So for those who couldn't hear, the question was about, we get lots and lots of new ideas on how to fight the spill, whether it's collect it on the water, stop it at the source, or pick it up at the shoreline. Why do we pick this one? Well, we do get lots of calls. In fact, we've had over 100,000 ideas come in. The big challenge is how do we find the ones that can make a difference? And we have a screening process to do that. This was one of the ideas when it came in. It looked like it was something that could change our capability, not only for now, because we do have to have things that can help us fight this fight right now, but actually potentially unlock a completely different capability than we had on April 20th. So that's how it got selected, and that's what we do. As you know, there's many things we have tried, and what we're looking for is those that can make a big difference, and this is one of those.
Next question, please. Wait for the mic. Wait for the mic, please.
Edison Cheoust, and we're wondering about if you were contacted about this technology shortly after the spill, and then it was green-lighted almost a month ago. What did take so long? What did take so long? If you were contacted shortly after the spill about this technology, and you were this was green-lighted almost a month ago, it's been quite a while.
Well, what we've had to do is build stuff like what you see right here. I mean, the first system we went out and we started our first test, I'll get the days wrong, but just a week or 10 days after our very first phone call, we went out, and that was a barge-mounted system. We went out and worked on that system until we got it to where it was actually performing quite well, and then we've been extending that capability. What you see behind you has been built in 10 days. In probably a non-emergency setting, this would have been months in the making. But with a combination of Kevin and his team and the Cheoust team and our folks, we've managed to pull this together. This will sail later today. There's another vessel right behind it, and there's an additional booming system coming with it, which will give us the ability to sweep oil almost a half a mile wide into this vessel. So it's a capability that didn't exist before, but with many of these things, the challenge is we have to engineer it, design it, and build it. And we're doing that at light speed. And I'd actually really compliment the Edison Cheoust team, because they're the people who've been core to making this happen in the last 10 days.
Next question.
I just wonder, what's the advantage over this system and the other skimmers that are out there?
There's quite a few advantages here. So if we kind of start with the sink units, the separation units, what they allow us to do, when you skim oil, you actually collect a lot more water than oil. So the challenge becomes is how much of that liquid can you hold with it. What those sink units do for us allow us to separate the oil from the water and only keep the oil, which means we can stay in the fight longer. The skimming system on this boat is state-of-the-art, so it can pick up almost 25,000 barrels a day of liquid. It's very sophisticated. It's been matched to capabilities on this vessel because it uses a second vessel. That second vessel will actually track off this vessel, and that's important. And then in addition, we're using this boom that's on the back of this vessel has come from Norway, and it will allow us to skim oil at up to 10-foot seas, where today we can only skim in 4-foot seas. So in almost every dimension of what we're doing with skimming, this extends our capability, not just a little bit, but a very long way.
We have time for one more question. Wait for the mic.
Leota Blatsacker, I represent the town of Grand Isle. My question is, will this be able to pick up the oil that has dispersants in it already? Because I know that oil kind of settles down. So will it be able to pick it up because of the thickness?
Yes, this system should be able to pick up any of the oil we have offshore today. We'll be deploying this out very near where the well is, because that's where it can have the most impact, and we don't believe it will have any difficulty doing that.
One more question.
Also, will this eliminate using the dispersants, since you will be so close to the affected area?
We have a number of techniques we can use to fight this spill. So we're containing 25,000 barrels a day. We're a few days away from bringing on the next production system, which will take that capacity to 50,000 barrels a day. We also use the subsea dispersants. We have burning fleets. We have other skimming assets. We actually only use dispersants when we can't actually fight the oil with something else. So capability like this should be able to allow us to reduce the amount of dispersant we use.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. For members of the press, we do have a video that we can provide you of this vessel. It's animation of this vessel in action. We'll either email that to you or find a way to get it to you so you can use it for your production. Thank you all for coming today.